Hello students, this is the next part of the morphology in flowering plant, as we have already talked about the types of flowers and how the parts are gamopetalous and gamosepalous, or polypetalous and polysepalous. Now we will be talking about the next portion. The petals and sepals are arranged in a peculiar manner and they are named as different words. For example, here when the tip there are different types of this arrangement of petals and sepals, it is known as estivation. Now there are 4 different types of estivation: velvet estivation, twisted estivation, then imbricate estivation, and vexillary estivation. So we will talk about one by one. Velvet, the sepals and petals, both of them in the world adjust and touch one another at the margin, and they don't overlap each other. For example, calotropis, even in chili flowers, that type of all those type of flowers are known as having the velvet estivation. Now when twisted means when one margin is overlapping on the next, that is, not both the margins are overlapping, only the one is overlapping on one side, so that is called as twisted. For example, China rose, ladyfinger, cotton. So this type of estivation is called twisted estivation. Now imbricate estivation, the margins of the sepals and petals overlap one another but not in any particular pattern. So there is no pattern of twisting on each other, so that is called imbricate estivation. For example, gulmohar and cassia. Vexillary, it is also known as papilionaceous, in which the petals are arranged in a peculiar way, and that is, the largest standard overlaps two lateral petals wings, which in turn overlaps the two smallest anterior petals keel. For example, pea and beans. These type of flowers are known as vexillary or papilionaceous. Now androecium. Androecium, it composed of stamen. Each stamen represents the male reproductive part and have the 3 parts, that is stalk, the filamentous structure is called stalk, and the top bulbous structure is called anther, and inside the anther there will be pollen. Each anther is usually having 2 lobes, and that is why it is called bilobe, and each lobe has 2 chambers called pollen sacs. That means the whole of the anther will have 4 chambers called pollen sacs, and inside the pollen sac it contains pollen grain. The sterile stamen is called staminode. Then stamens are attached to petals, then they are called epipetalous. That means if the stamens are attached at the bottom of the petals, they are called epipetalous. For example, brinjal. And if the stamens are attached to perianth, they are called epiphyllous. For example, lily. The stamens in a flower are free. When they are free, they are called polyandrous. For example, you can see here in lotus. And if the stamens are united, they are called synandrous. For example, here in China rose, they are united. Okay. Now androecium में there are monoadelphous, diadelphous, polyadelphous. This is on the stamen. They are of many types. Stamens are united into one single bunch or bundle, that is called a monoadelphous. This is here you can see they are called monoadelphous, and it is in China rose. Diadelphous, you can see here the stamens are present in two bundles, right? So it is diadelphous. When they are present in many bundles, more than two bundles, so that is what is known as polyadelphous, and it is present, you can see easily, in citrus plants. Now there may be variation in the length of filament within the flower, and you can see here salvia, the anthers are one longer and smaller, so the length of filament can be different in within the same flower also. Now comes the gynoecium. We have already talked about the position of the gynoecium. Now here about the gynoecium. Gynoecium pistil is a female reproductive part and is made up of more than one or more carpel. It has three parts: stigma, style, and ovary. Stigma is the topmost part, style is the filamentous part, and bottom swollen structure is known as the ovary, right? So stigma, it receives the pollen grain. Style, elongated tube inside which the pollen tube is formed, and ovary contains the ovules and they are attached to the placenta. Polycarpillary. Now gynoecium can be polycarpillary pistils. Pistils with many carpels are of two types. If they have many carpels, then they are of two types: apocarpus, syncarpus. Apocarpus, when the carpels are free and they are not fused with each other, that is in lotus and rose, just now I have shown you. And syncarpus means carpels are fused, for example in mustard and tomato. Tomatoes, you can see so many seeds are there, so that is carpels are fused. Now placentation. How these ovules are attached? So they will be attached to the placenta within the ovary. So it is arrangement of ovules in the placenta within the ovary, and it is of many types: marginal, axial, parietal, free central, basal. So we will talk about one by one. Placentation. The placenta forms a ridge along the ventral suture of the ovary, and the ovule are born at the ridge at the margin. It forms two rows, and this is in pea plant, you can easily see, and is known as marginal placentation. Axial. The placenta is axial and the ovules are attached to it in a multilocular ovary. For example, in China rose, tomato, lemon, you can see that there are many ovules and they are attached in the axial portion, right? Parietal. Here the ovules develop in inner wall of the ovary or peripheral part. This ovary is one chambered, but it becomes two chambered due to the formation of false septum. False septum can be seen, but it is having a single chamber. For example, mustard and argemone. Now free central, when ovules are born on central axis and septa are absent. So this type of ovaries is known as ovary is free central ovary. For example, primrose and dianthus, and in the picture you can see that in the center there is a placenta and there is no septa. Basal means the placenta develops at the base of the ovary and a single ovule is attached to it. For example, sunflower and marigold. Placenta, the ovule is attached to the placenta at the base only. So it is here the parts of flower gynosium in this the fruit will be formed